Hello friends, welcome back to another speed build. Today I'm building the Barbie Dream House, and right now I'm working on the exterior. I originally wanted to make up my own dream house, so I wanted it to be very like funky, weird looking, but I also wanted it to be open, like barely any walls. And I wasn't really liking how it was turning out, and I just didn't have like a vision in my mind. So I end up bulldozing what you're seeing right now and look up a Barbie Dream House reference picture from Target, actually. So it's a real life dollhouse. I don't copy it like exactly, but I do take a lot of inspiration from that. And so I'm creating a very open floor plan, barely any walls. And I've never done this before ever. So this is a little bit of an experiment. I like the way that it looks, and I love how I see some other simmers on Instagram and Pinterest will do this sometimes, like actually create little mini doll houses in The Sims. And I think it's so cute. But the lighting is so weird sometimes. On specific lots, it's just whack. And so I'm very used to lighting a room and being able to control that lighting. But when you don't have a full room, like you delete walls, then the lighting, you really can't control it. And it's all based on like the surrounding natural light, which is beautiful in The Sims, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it's a little whack. So this specific lot that I'm building on has really weird lighting because in the morning time it's coming from behind, but it looks great with this build because there are no walls. I'm also building it kind of backwards. So like you would with a dollhouse, you don't really play with the dollhouse like the front. You open it from the back, the back side is open, and then the front side where the door is and stuff is usually where the wall is, but you don't even see that side of the dollhouse when you're playing with it. You play with it from the back side. So that's the style, or I guess like positioning of this house. That's what I'm going with. And I thought about not incorporating any stairs at all and making this like a non-functional house, but decided that I could use some pink ladders and that would work great. So it's still a totally functional house, has all the basic necessities that your sim would need, but that's really all it has. It doesn't have a ton of skill building activities or clutter pieces because, again, wanting to base it off of the plastic toy, which of course a plastic toy, they do not include all those little accessories. Accessories are sold separately, if you will. So this house is also mainly intended to showcase, I really wanted to play with and showcase SixamCC's set, Barbie set, which is I think called Life in Plastic. And the pieces, it doesn't come with a ton, I will say. I'm used to very large CC sets, and so kind of like spoiled in that way. This set doesn't have as many pieces as like Hey Harry or Felix Andre, but that's okay because it is a very bold statement set, and I don't think it needs that many pieces. You saw me earlier, I was putting this pool piece in because it does come with this giant like rounded custom pool, which is awesome. We don't have anything like that in The Sims 4. And the way that I got it to, I guess, like function is I built a custom pool and then raised this pool piece up over top of it so that you can't see all the jagged lines. I'm going to be completely honest, I did not play test the pool part, so I have no idea if it's actually functional. But to be honest, I don't really care if it's functional. Pools are more for decoration, I find, in The Sims 4 anyways. Like, there's not a whole ton that you can do in the pool, so except jump in and swim around. I don't know. Pools just aren't, like, I love having them, but they really don't add much gameplay for me. So the way that I oriented this house is the bottom floor is going to be obviously where the front door is, but also a little fireplace. It's really modeled after the way that it is in the Barbie movie. Not exactly, of course, but inspired by that. So I have her fireplace downstairs in a little seating area, the kitchen and bar, and then it's open to the backyard, in air quotes, pool area. And then once you go up the first ladder to the second floor, you walk into this very open floor plan bedroom and bathroom, and her iconic bed from the movie with the vanity and table mirror is up there. And then the third floor is Barbie's little party hangout space where she can have girls' nights every night with her girlfriends. And in the reference photo, there was a giant pink plastic slide that went from the top of the third floor down into the pool. And of course, that's in the movie as well. I would have loved to include that, but we don't have pool slides in The Sims 4 or anything corkscrew in nature. So staircases included. So I couldn't make that happen, but we can pretend. And in the second floor, in the bathroom area, it was probably one of the hardest rooms for me to figure out how I wanted it to be. But I incorporated these dividers from City Living because big news, you guys, I bought my first expansion pack. And City Living isn't necessarily like the highest rated pack or anything. That's not why I got it. I got it because, and this might be kind of dumb, but one, it was on sale on Black Friday, and I was only gonna let myself buy one expansion pack on sale because otherwise I would have bought them all. But it definitely would have added up. So I chose City Living because I wanted to get in on the apartment frenzy. And I know it's dumb because we're gonna get for rent in literally like next week, not this upcoming week, but next week. But I wanted City Living because I just see so many people building there, and so I was like, I want to actually get some practice in on what it's like to build in apartments, like an apartment style, before we totally lose that. So I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, but here I am using City Living. And again, also these dividers, City Living I feel like it's hit or miss. It has some really great furniture pieces, especially for my personal preference and style of how I like to furnish things, which is like a little bit more modern. It has a lot more modern pieces in it, but it also has some really weird, like ugly pieces. So these dividers I would never use in my gameplay, but they work great for this build because it's very plasticky, tacky, if you will, build, and I love it. And so the dividers work great, and I was super happy about that. Also, these columns are base game. I think that they're hideous, but again, in this build, it works so great. On the third floor, I'm adding the final touches to Barbie's girls' night out room, her little hangout spot. And I do end up putting an easel up here because those leaning paintings of Barbie, it just looked like, gave off the vibe that she painted that herself. And then I also added an acoustic guitar down below, another skill building activity. And I believe that's it for the items. The side table that I placed on the third floor that is very like plasticky looking is from the Clutter Cat. Whoop. I just burped. It's from the Clutter Cat. And so that side table, the kitchen counters and appliances, and also the wall decor item that's a flamingo head are the only CC that I use that are not from the Life in Plastic set. Everything else is Life in Plastic and base game and City Living expansion pack. So it's a very limited build, not something I'm really used to. Also, it's not a very cluttered build, which means that I pumped this baby out in 40 minutes. Oh my god, it was so fast to build this without all that clutter. It also felt really weird to build without a ton of clutter. But again, it's a dollhouse, so in that aspect, it's okay. I'm not actually trying to build like a realistic looking home. This is very plastic looking, so it was okay that it was very bare. I don't do a ton of landscaping or hardly any landscaping. The real reason is that I didn't want to, but the like excuse reason is that it's a dollhouse, and dollhouses don't have, you know, attached bushes and trees, landscaping around it, because that's just wasted play space. I do go towards the back though, like you'll see me, I just put down those pink pavement stones just to distinguish the front door a little bit more. So I put the mailbox back there, and then I also add these little lamp posts from SixamCC and a few bushes. But that's really all. So thank you so much for watching this build. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and leave a comment down below and subscribe for more builds coming in the future. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots.